Good morning, students. Saradam. Students, this is the last chapter of your business studies book. Students, the chapter name is Consumer Protection. So, in this video, we are going to learn about that how the consumer protection works and why consumer protection is necessary. So, first of all, we have to understand that what is a consumer means who is a consumer. Consumer means who are the consumer? We all are consumer because we consume goods and services, use this, okay, and on behalf of money, okay, or in lieu of money. So, what is the definition of consumer? A consumer means any person who buy any goods for a consideration which has been paid or promised, or partially paid or partially promised, or under a system of deferred payment. So we can say that he or she is a consumer. Now, or a person who hire any services like goods like services for consideration which has been paid or promised, partially paid or partially promised, or under the system of deferred payment. So in a simple way, consumer is a person who consume goods or avail of any services, okay, in consideration or for satisfaction in lieu of money. Now, who is not a consumer? So, a person who purchases goods for resale, it is not considered as a consumer. A person who purchases goods for commercial purpose, so that person is also don't considered as a consumer. Next, a person who obtains services without consideration, and a person who obtains services under a contract of personal services, or any taxpayer to community, or contractor, or applicants for job, or a person who filed suit in courts. So all these persons are not considered as a consumer. Now, consumer protection. Consumer protection means a safeguard to the consumer. So, consumer protection refers to not only providing education to consumers about their rights and responsibility, but also help in getting their grievance redressed. Means consumer protection means it refers to educate consumer about their rights, their responsibility, and it is very important for getting their relief or any grievances which is redressed by a redressal agencies. Now, what is the Consumer Protection Act? When this consumer protection registered under Act 1986, that it is called Consumer Protection Act 1968. So student, this law was enacted in 1968 to protect interest of consumer in India. Why the Consumer Protection Act made? For the protection of the interest, the profit of the consumers in India. Another reason, to make provision for establishment of consumer councils for settlement of consumer disputes. This act applies to all goods and services. It also guides how to file a case in consumer court, provide justice to consumer, okay. So and it was passed by both the houses of parliament. I hope you all have understood that what is the Consumer Protection Act. Now some more things. It aims at the providing better protection of the interest of the consumer, and also the important thing is this act applies to the whole of India except Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. Now, why we need a consumer protection? the question arises, why we need a consumer protection? Due to adulteration, spurious goods, misleading advertising, artificial scarcity and other problems. Due to these fraudulent activities which is done by a marketer, by a seller, we need consumer protection. Okay. Now, who can file a complaint? Means if the consumer get hurt or get any fraud, then who are the people who complained a file? Number one, a consumer. Second, any registered consumer association. Third, central government or any state government. One or more consumer on behalf of numerous consumer having the same interest. And last one is any legal hire or representative of a deceased consumer. Okay, so these are the person who can file a complaint against any fraud. Now, what are the rights of consumer? So, students, there are 6 rights of consumer. Number one is right to information, means all the consumer have a right for the information about the product. Second, right to choose, means person or a people, a consumer has a full right to choose anything which is wanted or needed by a consumer. Next, right to safety, means it is a right of a consumer to get the safety product, means a product with a safety, like in an electronic product, ISI mark product is safe and they can use or purchase that product. So this is a right of a consumer to have a safeguard. Now, right to education. Consumer education is most important. So it is a right of a consumer to get all the education about its rights and responsibility. And second last is right to heard. Right to heard means right to be heard, means consumer has a right to say what he want, and it is a right that the marketer, the seller heard his or her any problem, all problems and the need they want. Okay, so it is a right to be heard. Next, redressal. It is a right to seek redressal, means if the consumer get meet with any fraud, then it is a right that he can complain a file into the redressal agencies like National Commission, State Commission and Local Commission, which will learn in next slide or next page. Now, responsibilities of a consumer. Look students, these rights and responsibilities both are very important topic. Okay, so number one is be quality conscious. It is a responsibility of a consumer that he or she should be a quality conscious. They cannot compromise with the quality. So it is a responsibility that they get a qualified or a quality product. Now next is collect proof of transaction, means it is a right of a consumer, or it is also a responsibility of a consumer that he has to collect the proof of the transaction, means cash memo. So this is another responsibility. Next is complaint for genuine grievance. If there is a genuine grievance, genuine problem, then it is a responsibility of a consumer to file a suit against the seller. Next, proper use of product or services. Proper use of services is also the responsibility of a consumer. Next, consumer must be aware of their right. They should know about their right, and it is a responsibility of the customer. Beware of misleading advertisement means if there is any advertisement which mislead the product, that the consumer is a responsibility to beware about it. Next, responsibility to inspect a variety of good before making selection. So it is a right, or we can say that it is a responsibility of a consumer that they should inspect a variety of goods before making any selection or before any purchase. Now, composition of redressal agencies. So students, redressal agencies where the consumer go and file their case. Number one is National Commission, number two State Commission, and number third is District Forum. So let's learn in detail. Now, establishment. First, we will discuss about the District Forum. Look student, District Forum is established by a state government, and State Commission is established by a state government, and National Commission is established by a central government. Now if we talk about its composition, in a District Forum, chairman and two members are there, means one shall be a woman. Next, in term of 5 years or up to 65 years of age, whichever is earlier. Now, the head or the main president, we can say that the president in a District Forum should be the pursuing or a retired district judge. Now, in State Commission, the composition is that there is a one president and minimum two of the member, and one should be a woman. The term for 5 years or age 65 years, whichever is earlier, and the head or the president should be the retired or pursuing High Court judge. Same now composition in National Commission, there is a one president and four minimum members, one shall be a woman, and the terms and condition are for the 5 year experience or up to the 70 years, whichever is less. Now here, the head, who is the head or the president? The head or the president who is sitting, means pursuing or retired judge of Supreme Court, is the president in a National Commission. Now, jurisdiction. In District Forum, jurisdiction or the case is up to, in terms of money, less than 20 lakh, means the case which is less than 20 lakh comes under the District Forum, and if the case amount range is 20 lakh to 1 crore comes under State Commission, and more than 1 crore under National Commission. Now, appeal. If a consumer want to appeal, then in a state, whether it is a Supreme, whether it is a State Commission, means if it is a if the District Forum, if the consumer is not satisfied with the District Forum, then he file a complaint in a Strict Commission within a 30 days. If the person is not satisfied with the State Commission, then within 30 days he will complain that complete that file or file a complaint in a National Commission, means transfer his case into the National Commission. But if the National Commission, in a National Commission is also he is not satisfied, then that case goes to the Supreme Court, and the days is within a 30 days. Now, remedies or relief which is get by a commissions or forums or redressal agencies to the customers are: number one is removal of defect from the goods, second, replacement of the goods, third, refund of the price paid, Fourth, awards of compensation for a loss or injury suffered. Next, removal of defects and deficiencies in the services. Next, discontinuance of unfair trade practices and restrictive trade practices and redirecting, not repeating them. Next, withdrawal of hazardous foods for being offered for sale. And last one is award for adequate cost of to practice. So these are the reliefs which is get by commissions and forums to the customer. Next is name of the few consumer organization and NGOs. Number one is Consumer Coordination Council Delhi, Common Cause Delhi, Voluntary Education in Interest of Consumer Education Voice Delhi, Consumer Association Kolkata. So students, this chapter has been completed. Thank you, Sairam.